And frankly, it's time that Santa Monica and LA City, which are joined together, and Santa Monica is in the heart of my district, took on the extreme health issues that we now are hearing in this testimony here, and our panel here is seriously sensitive to. And we will join with you, and we will fight until the federal government comes to our aid and says health issues are more important to us than these jets in this bedroom community. And I thank you
very much
for your leadership in coming here tonight, too. Okay? Please, Joan.
I'm sorry. I wanted to mention, I don't care about the FAA. I really don't. I mean, they don't care about us. This is what we've had to do with this at the Santa Monica Airport Commission. It's a block. When we go there, Ophir is great, but there's always a block. They cannot do anything. The city of Santa Monica cannot do anything because of the FAA. Well, people are getting sick. People are annoyed with quality of life issues. But we've got to get the FAA with us. And I would like, I don't know if, we need Jane Harmon to be active with us. We have contacted her, and she wasn't able to make it because Congress is in session. But we want her to work with Congressman Waxman. I mean, we can't have just one person because it needs to be regional. And so we need some cooperation, and we need the two Congress people
right,
working
Joan.
together.
There's three of them. There's three of them.
Yes,
Maxine Waters, who has a representative here, Jane Harmon, and Henry Waxman.
Well,
and they will work together on this, and they will have the backup data that we're going to get from this study.
Okay, I know, Joan. Edgar, and I didn't mean to.
Thank you. Please. Yes, sir.
My name is Ron DeLeo. I live on Bundy, northeast of the airport. And let us not forget the helicopters. They come in at 500 feet to refuel. They got to get back to their freeway service surveys for the TV stations, etc. They rattle your house. It is totally, well, it's earth-shaking. What I came here, though, is to bring to attention the fact that Santa Monica Airport misuses their airport license. They have antique fairs twice a month, motorcycle ride-ins once a month, Butler Hangar specials 6 or 7 times a year. Santa Monica College now parks their cars at Santa Monica Airport and shuttles students. So we not only have the bus traffic, but we have the car traffic. They have a farmer's market once a week. All this traffic is on Bundy, and I cannot get out of my driveway in the morning. I cannot get out of my driveway in the evening. We have on the corner of Ocean Park Boulevard and Bundy, we have 2 and 3 accidents a month, serious collisions of people not being patient. There's got to be something done for that area. And besides the health problems, 15 to 20% property devaluation because you live on Bundy Boulevard. The next street over is, the real estate is much higher. It's a sacrifice to live in that area besides the health problems. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. We have 3 more people, and then we're going to wrap it up with the comments from the panel. Please. Hi, good evening.
Hi, my name is Catherine Shaw, and I live in Armacost, which is the northeast corner, just off of Bundy. And I don't want to go over everything everyone has said, but there's safety problems, there are health issues, and I just wanted to add my particular health issue, which is a disease called polycythemia, which means, I don't know how many health experts we have, but it's a disease where you're not getting enough oxygen in your blood. And so you make more blood to get more oxygen. And when I talked to my hematologist, what causes this? Could it be that I fly a lot? He said, no. We find this happening from people who live around airports. I said, oh, I live around an airport. He said, LAX? I said, no. He said, oh, no. I'm talking about big jets. And I went home and thought about it, and from that day on, I have been watching the big jets get bigger and bigger and bigger and more frequent, and the pollution is getting worse and worse and worse. And I'd also like to, not just the physical health problems, I think I'm a psychologist, there are mental health problems. People are scared. They've done studies on noise pollution. Noise pollution is as bad as air pollution. It can drive you crazy. So that's just my testimony. And I would say zero tolerance for jets. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Hi, I'll be really brief. My name is Kimberly Christensen, and I've noticed that many of the people that have spoken this evening, and unfortunately I was a little bit late, but are mostly individuals who live very close to the airport. And just to give a little bit of a different perspective, I live just north of National Boulevard, between National and the 10 freeway, and I'm not directly in the flight path, but my family owns a home north of the freeway on Exposition Boulevard, west of Westwood. And I notice there's not much representation here this evening from people who live in the west of Westwood Homeowners Association area, which is partly because they have a homeowners association meeting this evening. And I think you would have much greater representation in the audience if there wasn't a conflicting meeting. So I did want to mention that I know there are many people who have strong concerns from that homeowners association as well, who are directly in the flight path. And while they're not close enough to deal with the fumes issue, they're definitely affected by the noise issue, as my family is. My family and I have lived in this area since 1971. I left the area for college and then moved back in and bought a house half a mile away from my own family where I grew up. And I can certainly say that both myself and my family have observed a very consistent pattern of increased traffic over the years. Admittedly, the last few years have been the most dramatic. But the impact, by the fact that there is no regulation about when the airplanes come in, 2 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday night, Friday night commuter traffic, where every couple of minutes a plane is coming in, obviously with these shared situations on the aircrafts. It is just completely outrageous. The noise, all the comments people have made about not being able to talk, you're in your backyard, you can't hear yourself think. And I know my family suffered, and I wish that unfortunately more of our homeowners association representation could have been here, because I think you would have heard the same comments over and over again. But to the best of my ability to represent that group, I think you would hear the same consistent message, even though we're quite a greater distance away. And I think hopefully one of the things that you'll consider when you go through and perform your studies is to look at a much greater radius of the impact. Obviously the people closest have the most severe impact, but it really affects all the way to Cheviot Hills. So I think you should really be looking at a few mile radius.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You very much. And our last speaker, but I guess Lillian wants to speak too.
You want to go first? Go right ahead.
Yes, Lillian, good evening.
Hi. I've lived here, Lillian Laskin. I've lived here since 1973, and I live south of National, between Barrington and Sawtell. And in the years since 1973, the enormous amount of density and crowding that's been going on here has been exponential. And I think this is an infrastructure problem, which we've talked about. I think, as we all know, LAX has sent these jets over to us because they can't handle them. And we know that LAX is over-impacted. You try to get in and out of LAX, it's impossible. And I know Bill has talked over and over again about sending
Regionalism.
a region